Think about money, save it. Chapter 1. Instead of frivolous pursuits, study money and success. Be a smart cookie. To be a smart cookie is to give no one or nothing higher value than you give to yourself. Your religion is your business and so is your money, so don't ever give someone else control of it without checking them out to see if they're legitimate, which means if they have an ironclad reputation in the so-called real world of mainstream business and conservative values. Many people get a job then put their lives on automatic and coast along, often overpaying for things and buying a lot of useless things they don't really need, assuming the job will last forever, but in a lot of cases, it won't. My solution is simple. That's why I have written all these books about taking control of your life, because I've seen so many people, including myself, live these pathetic lives, putting all their eggs in one basket, so to speak, thinking that there is nothing beyond this one job or business venture they have. They don't diversify their lives or save their money. Then when the plant shuts down, they get sick, they have a personality conflict with a bad boss, or their business goes south, they go to pieces. I lived through this one time in my life, and because I was young and naive then, it taught me to never rely on the system again. From then on, it was me in charge of my own destiny. I resolved that I would never play the system's game again, full of naivete and wishful thinking, assuming I would be taken care of if I followed the system's rules, because the system doesn't care. If you're the fool who thinks your job will last for life, then I say it's your fault. You have to be proactive. While you're working job A, start saving your money. Invest it. Start a part-time job or business venture. Take night classes to get another skill or upgrade your current skill that will net you a better job. I've seen people go homeless after they lost a job, got so down in the dumps that they couldn't even face people with enough charisma to pull off a successful interview to get another decent job, so they lost their apartment or house and ended up on the street. Like I said, I lived through this once. It was enough to set me on a course to live for myself, take care of myself, and never have allegiance to anything out there beyond me. It's the only way to bulletproof yourself from the whimsical nature of the workplace and life in the real world. No job or business is laid in stone. Be wise. Read some of my books. Use them to take control of your own life. A con man does his job by getting others to gain confidence in him. Con artists often wear three-piece suits and look like established pillars of the community. Read the papers about all the convictions of people in the business, investment, religious and political fields, people who are supposed to help you but instead, they consciously rip you off or try to get you to keep making stock trades no matter how bad they look, so that they can collect commissions, which is all they really care about. It's so common it has its own term, churning. Don't take anyone you plan to do business with or give money to for an investment at face value, nor trust the image they put forth. At the very least, do a basic internet check on them. It's easy. Just type their full name into a search engine or a background check, public records website. Control your own life, your own money, your own state of being. Don't listen to the propaganda put out there by religion, governments, school boards, mainstream TV networks, the mainstream news, fast-talking individuals, etc. Don't believe in ideas like patriotism, self-sacrifice for the common good, Big Brother is looking out for you, etc. You are your own entity. You are your highest good. Your job, presuming you're a free being brainwashed by none, is to live your own life. The government is not a sacred god. It is made up of fallible people looking out mostly for themselves. You are the king of your own country, which is you wherever you are. I believe Mother Earth made one world for the human race without political borders. I play the little border games because I have to, but I still think it's all silly crap. I believe we need governments for basic social order and for minimal services like to pave roads, but beyond that, I feel they have too much control over people's lives. On the anarchy government scale, I'm more pro-freedom than pro-government, even though I think the anarchists are just as silly as the law and order people for thinking we don't need standards. Material wealth is not all it's cracked up to be, because more money means more things and more people bugging you, which are all added burdens eating up the finite time of your life, unless your life is so dull that you like this kind of attention. If you ever get rich, everyone will try to sell you something. If you get famous, everyone will try to sell you something, others will want free stuff, some people will get in your face wanting autographs, taking pictures, and some will sue you. Don't flash your money around. Don't act rich. If you do, people will steal it, the government will want it, and someone might even rob you and kill you for some of it. No rich person is good, because if they were, they wouldn't be rich. They would share their wealth to help their brothers and sisters in need. Just remember that when you come across people with more money than they need, spending it on frivolous things like overpriced sports cars and clothes they will hardly ever wear, they are not morally good people despite what airs they put on, because if they were, they wouldn't live like that while so much of the world is in need. I have contempt for this pop culture, materialistic ideology most of us have been brainwashed by, but that's another story for another time and place. The stock market is passive investing. You don't control it. All truly wealthy people have gotten wealthy by doing something they control, providing a good, or service, that others want and will pay for, in short, running their own businesses, maybe not within the rules of the system because they might want to avoid government red tape and taxes, but running their own businesses nevertheless. Don't take financial advice from salespeople. Ultimately, they are trying to sell you something. When you watch a financial journalist on TV or read a money article, ask yourself if you think he or she is being objective, or are they biased, perhaps because they have an interest in the investment they're reporting on. Ignorance, greed, and stupidity lose more money in the stock market than fraud. Generally, the rich get richer because they use their money to make more money in investments and real estate. Try to save some money and invest it in some way. If one of your close intimates, friends, or relatives is always using you for material things, they're insincere. I would cut my losses and cut them out of my life. Just because they're your relatives doesn't give them the right to abuse your good nature. Have a practical mind focused on improving your life. There is tons of stuff written on self-help and setting goals at number 155-158 at the library. I'm enlightened because I listen to my true nature and live by it no matter what. It's impossible to change unless your organic brain changes, as in a hit on the head or taking drugs that mess with your brain chemistry. Whenever you see some alleged guru talk about changing, you know that person is not enlightened. The highest anyone can go is to live by their true nature. That's it. Everything in the outside world is minor next to this. Your natural essence or state of mind should be to try to live an inspired a life as possible by releasing most of your natural energy every day, always trying to feel good and improve. Don't react emotionally to things that happen outside of yourself. Keep grounded in your own essence as a human being, even when loved ones die. You can't go crazy every time you hear bad news on the radio. There is you and your essence as a human being and the outside world. Don't let it affect your state of being. After that, you have to earn a living in the world. You can either go to the library and borrow books at number 331, jobs. Number 332, money. Number 650-659, mostly. Number 658, business. Number 370-379, education. If you want health knowledge, either go to number 610-619 at the library or buy my health book. You need to be able to think creatively to generate ideas to help you thrive. You have to be able to talk to people, deal with them, feel them, be empathetic to them. If you're in business, you have to sell yourself one way or another. The only way to have great energy is to determine what your true nature is, then resolve to release most of that energy every day, for its own sake. Your purpose is to release what your God put into you. This is what you love to do by nature. Figure out how to earn money from it, then do it. You don't need some $300 infomercial tape package. Do what your God created you to do. If people don't like it, too bad for them. Your life is just energy. All you own is your body and spirit. It doesn't matter to me whether I own a $10,000 bed or a cheap bed. My life is what I do. I stay at the cheapest hotels because that's good enough. My life is my spirit, not the status of staying at an expensive hotel. We just had a scandal in Canada where some cabinet minister rejected the hotel room provided to her to sleep in a more expensive one and charge it to the Canadian people. Is she worthy to be a cabinet minister? That one act shows me that she's a low-level human being, not worthy of a position where she is supposed to be helping people. If anything takes you away from the daily process of releasing your natural energy, it's a bloodsucker draining you. It could be the quest for money, alcohol, watching TV, reading frivolous magazines, a bad relationship, eating junk food, etc. The only happy people are the ones who blow off their natural energy every day. Think intelligently and practically to make plans for what you want to do. Try to develop an abundant win-win approach to life. You win by helping others improve their lives. If you win at the expense of others by shortchanging them or exploiting them, one of them might hurt you in revenge. Even if they don't, you still know you're a scumbag. Don't tie the quality of your life to money. Once you have a modestly comfortable life, you don't need to upgrade to a bigger house, more clothes, etc. Save your extra money. Invest it in real estate, stocks, a business, etc. There is no hidden subconscious mind inside of you that you have to program to be positive, positive, positive all the time. Your conscious mind should be the same as your subconscious. You know everything about yourself, even all your sexual desires and feelings of anger when people get in your way and try to interfere with you. Your loyalty is be those archetypes you see yourself as. That's it. All that Freudian psychoanalysis is another lie from the system implying you're not in control. Some hidden forces that only they can fix with therapy. Your true nature is the essence you were born with. If you didn't come from a poor family, there is a good chance that what you were doing as a kid is your true nature. What did you do that you were naturally interested in? I was physically active and had an active mind at 5. I will die like this. I'm one of the few people who does not get brainwashed by the world. I live by my purity as an individual. Let's say you win the lottery and get $40 million. What will you do every day for the rest of your life after the initial glitters wears off? If it's not much but eat, drink and hire hookers, then your essence as a human being is to be a glutton, take. If you aspire to hit a home run with your life every day, you simply make the effort to release the natural energy inside of you with intensity. I call it earning my self-respect and feeling good. What's a real man and a gentleman? Happiness comes from releasing my natural energy with gusto every day to set my spirit free. Anybody who doesn't live like this doesn't get it. If you believe in any God, the only thing your God wants from you is to be who you were born to be by nature, manifest the seed or potential He created you to be. You do that by knowing who you are and releasing that energy one day at a time. Your God works through you. You are His handiwork. You owe it to Him to be the person He created you to be in all your uniqueness, power, and beauty. The big tragedy of life nobody wants to talk about is that we pursue artificial codes of life defined for us by others as opposed to our true natures, then wonder why, despite all our material possessions, career success, status, and accolades from out there in the collective mindset we call society, we still don't feel like we're quite there. A real man and a gentleman is somewhere in the middle. He's not one-dimensionally ambitious to achieve material success in a capitalist world, but he knows he has to earn a living, and he does it by working hard at whatever he feels is good within himself. A gentleman is not an emotional dunce. He's friendly, empathetic, helps people and shows love to his close intimates. He's not the stereotypical one-dimensional, emotionless man. He works hard to get what he wants, but he's also a good guy. He's a loner for his vision most of the time, but he's a team player too. I'm not suggesting that you talk in an emotional way like sensitive, gushing women do, but I am suggesting that you pass out the olive branch to people you come across. It's better for you to appear friendly than to appear either neutral or antisocial. Show love through work. Work hard to help people and they'll like you and give you the money you want. Success is partially about making money but more so feeling proud of yourself because you feel you're doing something good and worthy with your life. You are who you are the way you were born. Don't fake it by trying to be something you're not. It's not about you achieving success by somebody else's standards, the standards of the world. It's about living by your own standards with your own integrity. Men have a big problem with anger. I believe it's partially because of the hormone testosterone coursing through our veins and partially because we're trained to measure ourselves by world standards and never quite measure up to that image of success constantly flaunted at us in the mass media. Anger never achieves anything but makes you look like an ass and alienates the people around you. If you get angry, stay cool. Let it pass, then figure out why you were angry. It's usually because we feel betrayed or hurt, that the world is not fair. Live with it. That's the real world. Everybody in the world has their own sob story. You don't want to hear other people's sob stories, so don't talk about yours. Be strong on the inside. Become the person you were born to be. All you have to do is give honest effort day by day to honoring who you were born to be by nature. Be a man of action, not a depressed wimp making excuses for your pathetic, couch potato, passive life. If you feel guilty about shameful things you've done, mistakes you've made and shortcomings you have, forgive yourself and forget it all. Focus on a positive life in the future, not anything else. Don't try to control others. You can only control yourself. Talk to your wife and children about things that matter. Show affection and love to them. Honor your commitments and promises to them. Every man has problems, anxieties, and insecurities. I'm not suggesting you talk them out deeply with your spouse, but let her know if you got a problem so she knows it's not her who's causing your bad mood. In order to get what you want, you must first help others get what they want. The stronger you are as an individual, the more loving and peaceful you are. Persistence and determination are the keys to success. You must know why you are doing something, then you must do it with all your power. Great minds create ideas. Be the best, give your best to the world. Truly great men never gloat over their accomplishments. They simply move on to the next one. To work to help others is the greatest creed. If you do good to others, you will be successful at some point in time. There is no safety net, only opportunity. Recognize that you're an independent individual fine with your own thoughts. Look for clarity about your life's purpose. Work toward specific goals. Never give unsolicited advice. Don't openly put other people down. Don't act like a jerk. Don't be too materialistic. Don't jump to quick conclusions about people. Be tender with loved ones. Accept people on their terms. If you feel you're doing a good thing, don't listen to what people say about you. Be productive. Work hard. Show reserve. Don't blab things out, especially if you're angry. Bite your lip. Let it pass. Don't look back. Live for the future. If you screwed up, you can't change it now, so forget about it. Keep your priorities straight. Work on improving yourself. Do more work than wishful thinking. Always learn new things that can help you. Don't judge others. Focus on your own life. Don't look for fights but defend your position if you must. When you mess up, own up to it and apologize. Live by your innocent sense of accountability, aka your soul. No matter what you achieve in the world, never brag, act uppity or show off. It's about what you feel within yourself. It's not about trying to make other people think you're fantastic. That's vanity. Strive to feel alright about your life right now. Be an optimist. If people criticize you like your family and your boss, keep your mouth shut, let them talk. Your reality is within yourself. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. Don't be moody. Even if you feel angry, down or frustrated, never let it show. Don't feel guilty about anything if you did not intentionally hurt anybody. If your mother found your porn stash and called you a loser, laugh and forget about it. Do what's right for you. If your wife or mother don't approve, too bad for them. Forgive everybody who ever made you feel bad in your mind, then live your life honoring who you are in your soul. Be a man, your own man. Be kind and loving but set boundaries. A normal loving relationship is to give steady kindness, love, conversation, and help, but not to go to either extreme. You have no qualms about doing what it takes to respect yourself as an individual and balance it out with a relationship. You're not all over the place either, trying to control your spouse or being controlled by her. You're good enough if you feel the power you feel you were born to be in your soul and live by it. Be mindful and conscious of who you are as an individual. In order to make friends and influence people, smile, be a nice guy, go along with what anybody says, be like them, act like them, never criticize, never find fault, etc. Be enthusiastic and inspired about your work. Set clear goals and work on them little by little, day by day. Be disciplined, work hard. Your mental attitude is everything. Keep your thoughts only on what you want out of life. Don't burden others with your personal problems. What separates the great from the average people is a sense of destiny. Your soul is the greatest source of strength in the universe. If you master yourself through self-discipline, no one will ever master you. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem. Never stop learning. Move a mountain one shovelful at a time. Dreamers are visionaries. Do not hate. It is self-destructive. The greatest revenge is to live well. You were born with a unique mission given to you by God. Your job is to make it come to pass. Keep your focus on the prize. To be successful, simply provide a useful service. The power or weakness of your mind will determine everything. For every dream, a price must be paid through hard work. A few flakes fluke out, but most success stories are the result of hard work. Don't wait for opportunities. Create them. Have the courage to go for what you want rather than fear failure. Your destiny is up to you alone. Be a people person. Be friendly, or at least act that way. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. What you look for is what you will find, either good or bad. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Compliment people. Be easygoing, or at least act that way. Smile. Believe in yourself even when nobody else does. Surround yourself with positive, hard-working people in your business. A belief in yourself and persistence are the keys to success. On the road to success, you will fail. Learn from your failures. Sometimes failure will be just what you need to find true enlightenment. Try number 155 to number 158 or BF 561 and HQ 755 at the library for books on bettering yourself. Chapter 2. Saving money seems uncool until you end up in trouble. Saving/conservative investing. Save, 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 and invest conservatively. Unless you're rich, the key to financial security is to live below your means and save. I don't believe in all those specific goal-setting strategies all these so-called money experts suggest. Just save as much as you can. Don't spend your money on useless things just to give yourself a psychological thrill. Compound interest by saving while you're young will keep you wealthy during your later years. You will need a nest egg. Social Security at ssa.gov will not cover you. You can't trust pension plans. Create your own with a 401k, an IRA, or a KIA if you're self-employed. Most people in America who are worth more than $1 million didn't make it through real estate or sales. They made it the slow way, working some job somewhere, investing a steady amount into their retirement plans, usually in stocks because overall, in the long run, stocks are the most profitable bet. This is the way the average person does it. They put their money away into their retirement plan, not flashy investments, not CDs, or even mutual funds. Most wealthy people buy a few basic steady stocks and keep them for longer than 7 years. With every paycheck, they often have an asset allocation program where the money automatically goes out, usually 10% right into their stock or mutual fund. They don't get greedy, having overconfidence in the market and constantly wheeling and dealing within it to make more money like day traders do. They rarely watch the market or buy and sell stocks or funds. Get your emotions out of it. Don't listen when the covers of money magazines are saying how everybody is getting rich but you by investing their money in tech stocks or whatever. Stick with your basic few conservative stocks for the long run. Modest millionaires stick with their few basic stocks and / or index mutual funds and that's it. They don't spend time or money watching the stock market or learning about the latest hot companies. They put their money into their few investments and then it's out of sight, out of mind. When the market goes weak, they don't panic and liquidate their money. They just let it sit there in their investment vehicles. If you can't stomach this, invest in real estate. Compound interest, the most powerful force in the universe? Einstein said that compound interest is the most powerful force in the universe, but back then interest rates were reasonably high. The simple, smart way to save and make money all at the same time is to save it at a financial institution, either in a savings account or in a CD at as high an interest rate as you can find over time, multiple years. It builds up and you earn interest on the interest, which is the concept of compound interest. It might seem trivial at the age of 35 to put away $50 a week for the interest, but 30 years later you've got financial security, which is much better than buying those pop music tapes and clothes you don't really need just in order to think you'll appear sexy and cool to others, but, of course, they're too busy thinking about themselves to marvel at how glamorous you look, and 30 years later it won't matter anyway. All that will matter will be how financially secure are you to deal with your golden years. Take advantage of compound interest, which means you make interest on the interest money as well as on the principal. Make money while you're young. Work hard for several years, invest it, then you can collect compound interest payments for the rest of your life. A penny saved is not a penny earned. It can be much more, especially if you save it for 30 years or so. That's the simplest, biggest secret of all, yet very few people abide by it. All you have to do is put money away now while you're young, then on top of the interest, you get compounded interest on the interest, and if you're smart, you will buy a few stable stocks and / or a few mutual funds that pay 10% a year and you're set. Put as much as you can into your company's retirement plan, like the 401k. The 72 rule of saving. Compound interest over time will bring in a bundle. The way to figure out how long it takes to double X amount of money you're saving: divide the interest rate by 72, like 72 / 4.78% equals 15.06 years. 72 / 10% equals 7.2 years. 72 / 6% equals 12 years. 72 / 4% equals 18 years. Emergency fund info. Some people can't save money because of the capitalist mindset of spend, spend, spend. The thing though, you can never have enough, because you're always going to get hit with a big, unexpected expense, like getting arrested, your car or furnace needs an expensive repair, you need a dental implant, medical bills, pregnancy, etc. You don't know what will happen. You could lose your job or your business goes bust. If you're smart, you will save money no matter what.